Hello everyone, I'm Wendy and I first joined the Anti-Poverty Network just over a year ago. I was attracted to the group because I needed someone to help me with my job network, and I had been informed that they do advocacy. The job network agencies are horrendous the way they treat people, and they don't take into account your circumstances or your health issues when they're trying to force you to do your mutual obligations and things like that. So that was a very important service to me, and the first service that attracted me to the group. And I feel that it is personally to me one of the most important services that the group offers, but they also offer a number of other services, and we're doing lots of campaigning. So I have become a very active member of the group because I have become very passionate about a lot of the campaigns that they're running and the way that they help people that are in the same situation that I was in and continue to be with the job network agencies. I think that advocacy is an ongoing service that will be essential, and possibly with increasing demand as the government comes down harder and harder on unemployed people. And the New Start payment, that is another one of our big campaigns that we are trying to get an increase to the New Start payment, and I've been working very hard with the group trying to get that to happen. We're going around to all the local councils, and we put on occasional free picnics or other events to try and promote our cause. But I think that the services that we offer to help unemployed people, I would go as far as to say it would be life-saving for some people. I know for me it pretty much was. I had reached a point of such desperation where I probably wouldn't be here today if I hadn't have met the group.
When I think about the Anti-Poverty Network, I really think that it actually is unique, because we are the voice of the poor. We're the actual people who are on the Centrelink payments, we're the people who are going through the poverty, going through the harshness, and we are actually speaking out and letting people know what it's actually like to live in poverty in Australia. And that's one of the strengths that Anti-Poverty Network does, is because we bring that voice to those who need to hear it. We bring it to politicians. We talk to the job networks. We talk to all sorts of people, you know, about that, and to let them know what it's really like. Oftentimes you may not actually hear that on the mainstream media, and that's so important. And I've found just talking to the people here and my own experiences has been so valuable. Just to know that you're not alone. And that's another thing as well. The Anti-Poverty Network brings together people that are poor and helps them to overcome the marginalisation and the isolation that they often suffer. Because people who are unemployed or on disability or what have you often do suffer all sorts of discrimination, marginalisation. People don't want to associate with you. As soon as they know you're unemployed, it's like, oh, I don't want to know you, you know. And a lot of people experience that, and that's very, very sad. And so this is really, really good to be able to people come together and support one another and help one another as well. One of the things that we're doing in the Anti-Poverty Network is we believe that the dole, the unemployment rate New Start, is way too low. And so what we're doing is asking local governments to advocate on our behalf and ask the federal government to raise New Start, which in real terms hasn't been raised for 23 years. We believe that's important. Actually getting local governments who themselves represent tens or hundreds of thousands of people to actually go out to the federal government and say, hey, our residents are doing it tough. And that's so important. In fact, it's also historic. Before August this year, apparently this has never been done before. So this is something that we think is very, very valuable. And I'd encourage you to look into the Anti-Poverty Network.
Hi, my name's Pat. I'm a founding member of the Anti-Poverty Network of SA and the current state coordinator. I think what makes the Anti-Poverty Network truly unique is that it really is an organisation led by people in the firing line, and all of our members are people who know firsthand what it's like to be out of work and living in poverty. And I think that it gives the group some strength. Actually, we take seriously the experiences and the insights of people who have to battle Centrelink and battle job agencies, and deal with often extraordinary cost of living pressures. Our sort of unofficial philosophy is poor people are the experts in poverty and unemployed people are the experts in unemployment. But by and large, those groups of people are silenced and marginalized and excluded from public life and political life, and rarely get any access to the media. And so a big part of our work is to give a voice to those people and to build campaigns that they can lead, that they can shape. And the biggest of those campaigns for us at the moment is our Councils and New Start campaign. We've seen 10 councils across South Australia representing 580,000 residents publicly support a Raise to New Start. This is a campaign that's not happening anywhere else in the country. Local governments sticking up for their unemployed residents, expressing solidarity for people on Centrelink payments that have not been lifted in real terms for over 2 decades. The group has steadily grown over the past 4 years, and I think like every year we get a little bit better at our campaigning work. We get a little bit better at attracting and maintaining people on low incomes and integrating them in the group, but there's a long way to go. We now have 5 branches across different parts of Adelaide, but our work's not done because we know that every year there's a new range of attacks on people on Centrelink payments. So there's constantly a need for us to organise people on low incomes, to give them a voice and to give them strength.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm one of the first members of the Anti-Poverty Network, and it's been great being around for about 4 years. It's been great to see Anti-Poverty Network grow from being Stop Income Management in Playford, and this year has definitely been the best year that we've had so far. I can't believe that each year our conference keeps getting bigger and bigger. This year's conference was fantastic with so many great speakers, and the highlight for me was really having the First Nations people from New Zealand and from Australia. I think we really strengthened in having them on board. And another highlight from this year has really been the Trek for Jobs, Justice and Dignity. It was amazing to see that grow over the whole year into a full blossom where we walked 15 Ks from Port Adelaide to the city. And I think that we've been very busy this year, and including the council campaign where we now have 11 councils on board, which is fantastic. And I can't think of any other organization that is doing what we're doing and really putting the pressure on to councils and politicians to raise New Start and raise all welfare payments, really. And yeah, I can't wait to keep going next year and to keep changing Australia so that we have a better place to live in.
Hi, I'm Kim. Many of us that work at the Anti-Poverty Network do it on a volunteer basis, but we do need help, we do need assistance. With helping us to be able to get a state coordinator means that things can get done and we can progress and make this into helping more people. I'm currently the advocacy coordinator for the Anti-Poverty Network. I deal with a lot of job agency and Centrelink issues for people. This is becoming one of our biggest sections of our help and assistance. helping people to navigate this system which is so broken and so demoralising, to helping them to have a voice and helping them to actually be able to advocate on their own behalf and help themselves. People aren't looking for a handout, they're looking for a hand up. We just need people to be able to live and be able to put food on the table for their children. Many of the current government initiatives are penalising instead of encouraging people to be able to do the right things.
Hi, my name's Alayna and I've been with the APN for around about 6 months now, and the reason why I find the APN important, in my opinion, is because they listen to people that not many other Australians will actually pay attention to with regards to the welfare bashing that is happening in Australia. Low income people are being completely demonised, and especially the youth in Australia are somehow expected to just suddenly walk into a job in many cases, and if not, then they somehow are supposed to be able to survive on $260 a fortnight, or also they could be expected to take a traineeship that pays them $6 an hour, and these traineeships have been legalised. And I just think a lot of these things are just fundamentally wrong, and the APN seems to be one of the only groups who are really standing up and saying these things in quite a loud voice. So I think they're doing a really good job, and it's really important. Thank you.
Okay, welcome to day 2 of Attack Poverty, Not the Poor. I think all of you who were here yesterday would agree with me in saying that it was an incredibly inspiring and moving and stimulating day. And I don't think today's going to be any different. I want to acknowledge that we're meeting here on Kaurna land that was stolen, never ceded, and pay my respects to elders past and present and emerging. And I think it's very fitting that the opening session of today is First Nations perspectives on unemployment and poverty, and we're really, really glad that this year's conference we've got, I think, really strong coverage of First Nations issues.
Open your eyes, time to wake up. Enough is enough, is enough, is enough. Open your eyes, time to wake up. Enough is enough.